Hi guys, so I'll just tell you a little bit about what I actually did yesterday, which was day one. After all the rounds, I was so exhausted I couldn't even record a video after that. Yesterday, went out to get some breakfast at Hy-Vee's. So I got myself some eggs, some sausages, as usual. Then I bought some few fruits and also some juice at the shop. And then later I got chocolate. So we actually went to drop one of my bosses to the tattoo shop for him to get his tattoo directed. And I went out with one lady called Megan. Went to get a breakfast. We came home, we had the breakfast, and then after that, we're actually waiting for, I call her my big sister. Okay, she's called Tiffany. We're actually waiting for her, but she was not done. So we decided to go get some African, food stuffs from the African shop because I'm here for business and not because of, YouTube. I just did my best to take some few videos. I couldn't really take my time to look at the prices. I did check some prices for some items, but not really like very vividly. We did all of that. I did all the shopping and I was very excited. I think one was for a Liberian and the other one was for a Ghanaian. So I was able to go into both of the shops. And then we came back. We went back to pick my boss from the tattoo shop. Okay, and then we went to their friends because they used to stay in Iowa and now they are no more in Iowa. Like one family stays in Wisconsin, another stays in Arizona. We had to go to their friend's place for me to cook jollof and then beef sauce. It was actually chicken sauce, sorry, and then some plantains. So it didn't come out really good for me for the jollof, but they really loved it because I think I was really in a rush. So there was a bit of water in the jollof. Ghanaians, we want a jollof like, kind of, I don't know, you can count it. You don't really want it together. It wasn't really together, but there was a bit of water. And I had to leave it on for us to go for like an official dinner, okay, which was also a fundraising for those who could not make it for today's event, okay. So they were very special people, so we had to go and then tell them a little bit about the Move project. And then after the dinner, so it was dinner after dinner. So after the dinner, we went back to their friend's house, and then we had rice and chicken sauce and also some plantains. They really loved it, which was really good. We came back around 11:30. I was so exhausted and I went straight into bed. Okay, so today is day 2 in the United States in Iowa. So today is the D-Day. It's a big day. A little bit nervous, okay, because I'm going to give a speech like the keynote speaker. All this years, the fundraising that they've been doing has only been about them, telling them about what we're doing. But this is like me coming from Africa, me being part of the Move project for over 10 years, to tell them more about like what we do. So today is a big day. A little nervous. Woke up very early because of the time difference. Yeah, with Ireland, I think it's like 6 hours. I'm done prepared and I was like, oh, let me just do a video about the second day. So I'll also show a bit of my speech in this video. It's a big day and I'm looking forward to it and hoping we are able to receive lots of funds. Praying to God to touch their hearts to donate to the Move project, to our cause and the big things we're actually doing in Ghana. Yeah, so see you all later.
That I welcome you all to this August event. Tonight, we gather not only to celebrate the success of the Move project, but to also look forward to the future we are building together for the children of Chibati. My name is Lucinda Omosapon, which Nick has already said 1,000 times. I'm a nurse by profession, but I believe that I was actually created to become a social worker or to actually impact the lives of children and many vulnerable people in the society, and I'm very happy and excited about that. My journey with the Move project started beyond 10 years ago, right from its inception. We started as a desire to change the lives of vulnerable children, which has in turn profoundly changed me. I have come to appreciate the blessing in my own life, realizing that true fulfillment comes not only from what we possess, but what we give as well. This project has helped me grow into a stronger, more dedicated woman, committed to making a difference, however small it may seem. Tonight, we celebrate a cause that has already transformed the lives of over 200 students in Chipati. But this is just the beginning. I remember vividly the first time I visited Chipati with my mother and husband. We were shocked to find such dire conditions in our own city. No electricity, no clean water, inadequate health care, and many malnourished children who, despite everything, smiled as they walked around. And I'll say that I'm actually from the city, and I actually thought that everyone from the city had equal share of resources. So I actually found myself in Chipati. It was very shocking and very sad at the same time. The MOVE project's first mission was to bring clean water to Chipati. I'll never forget the joy on the villagers' face as water finally flowed through their taps. For many of us, clean water is a given. For them, it was a precious gift. The children played in the mud as water streamed around them. The women eagerly filled their containers, and the men pumped the machines with vigor that signaled a new hope for their community. It was those moments that I realized the true power of this project. And I love the name, the MOVE project. The establishment of CMP Academy brought a new level of enthusiasm to the village. When we first arrived, the only school in Chipati was a small, debilitated building with just 2 classrooms and 1 teacher, serving the entire student population. Education was not seen as a priority. Parents often sent their children to work on the farms instead of school, and young girls were left vulnerable, with many becoming teenage mothers just to survive. I remember having to go with the teachers to some farms to kind of drag the students, if I'll say, to the classrooms. Many not because they don't want to be in the classroom, but because they were compelled to do so due to the hardship in the village. Prior to the establishment of CMP in Chipati, less than 10% of students were able to complete primary and junior high school, and only 2% advancing to senior high, and none reaching college. Our goal as an organization is to ensure that approximately 90% of children complete primary and junior high, and about 70% graduate from the senior high, and around 50% attend college. And I'll say 50% attend college because we believe that a lot of them are into vocational skills, so we would also empower them to also pursue that course as well. Although the Ghanaian government has made senior high school tuition-free, children in this community still struggle to access education without the support for essentials such as groceries, books, pocket money to sustain them in schools. To achieve this goal, our next major initiative is the construction of a teacher's bungalow, as our current teachers live about 20 minutes away from the community. We have recognized that children we serve from morning until 2:30 p.m. require more attention, love, support, and protection, equally and care as well. Our objective is to position our teachers closer to these families so they can provide additional supports and affection to all the children, particularly in enhancing academic performance, which many students do not receive from their immediate families. And not because their parents do not really understand education now, I'll say then, but they are not really skilled enough or academically intelligent to really help their children. So we believe that when the teachers are closer, they can actually do a lot of work in helping them in this aspect. Now that the community has electricity, our teachers can conduct evening classes and help with homeworks, projects during the week and on weekends. The organization's aim for teachers to become integrated within the community, as they are viewed as role models who can empower both the children and the families. CMP Academy has changed the landscape of education in Chipati, and we are very proud of that. Over the past 7 years, we have grown from 70 students to over 200 students. These children wake up with a sense of purpose and to run to school because they believe in the brighter future. It hasn't been easy. many of these children came to school hungry, without proper clothing or supplies. Some even left out of frustration or shame, but we never gave up on them. You can all see a picture of myself and a very beautiful lady called Peace, and also me having a baby. That's my baby. So Peace actually got pregnant in the senior high school, and she actually lost hope to, continue education. So like, oh, that's it. I can't really do this anymore. But that's when TMP steps in. It's not just about paying their school fees or providing them with supplies. We also help them to build themselves emotionally, physically, help them in building their self-esteem. We were able to sponsor her and the baby. The mother was able to take care of the baby, and then we also went ahead to sponsor her. Now she's a graduate from the senior high school, and we are very proud of that. TMP Academy provides breakfast and lunch, free books, laptops, uniforms, shoes to ensure that every child has what they need to survive. More importantly, we are building their self-esteem and helping them to dream bigger than they ever thought possible. None of this would have been possible without the unwavering support of our donors, which we really hold them dear to our hearts, and the dedication of our board members, which we love so much. Your contribution has been the lifeblood for this project, and for that we are deeply grateful. While we have achieved much, our work is far from over. Tonight, I ask you all to continue this journey with us. Your support is vital as we strive to bring even more resources, opportunities, and hope to the children of Chipati. Together, we can transform lives and build a future where every child has a chance to succeed. Thank you all for being here tonight, and for your generosity, and also for believing in the power of change. Everyone wants to be a good person, and it's very easy to do that. But to really accept to make a change in someone's life, it's a calling. We really appreciate you all. Thank you.
I'm finally back home, back to our Airbnb. The tour is gone. It's been great. The fundraising was very successful. I did give my speech, even though I was a little bit nervous. I know you've all seen that. You can help share this video so that I can reach as many people as it can, so that it can also help this great cause. I'll be leaving the link to the MOVE project under this video as well. So this is how my day 2 went. It was good, it was successful. A lot of things to learn from. So it was more about having, some appetizers, a bit of snacks, and then taking pictures. And then I had my boss, like one of the board of directors, Nick, which I know you've already seen in the video, give a little introduction about me. Then I gave the keynotes, and then we did a little game called Bingo, which I've learned, American Bingo. And then it was more about taking pictures and, connecting and sharing contacts. It was great. The day has come to an end. Thank you guys so much. Tomorrow is a new day.